Hi, and welcome to The Final Wake Up. I'm your host, Madison Palika, holistic health coach, certified heart math mentor, published author of a #1 Amazon new release, and creator of ebooks and courses that help you become the best you possible. I am passionate about bringing light to a world full of darkness and confusion. After becoming deathly ill, as well as severely anxious, and having doctors give me no solutions, I had to find my own way to health. I was mind blown by the things that I was finding, and I became obsessed with helping other people find health and happiness outside of the system too. I'm here to help you become happy and empowered so that you can also live a life full of meaning. You will love The Final Wake Up if you're ready to dodge the traps that this world has set for you. If you want more, you can head to my Instagram page at madison.palika. Join my club at the link in my bio to be the first one to know about sales, product launches, life updates, and to get early access and discounts. And now, on to today's episode. Hi guys, it's Friday. I'm about to go eat some sushi with my friends, but I just really quickly wanted to come and make this episode so that I can announce a huge announcement. Today, I launched my first ever community. So it's just a Facebook community and it's called Baby Steps Fellowship. And basically it's for all of these people who are transitioning into, I want to say Christianity, but I almost don't even want to say Christianity because I feel like that word has so many religious connotations around it. But it's all these people who are leaving their old belief systems behind, specifically New Age, and they're going towards Christ and what Jesus actually said. Not the Ascended Master Christ, not Christ consciousness, but actual Christ. So it's there's this big move of God's Spirit happening where all of these people are starting to transition. And a lot of it is young people. If you follow Brother Dude Marty, I literally probably mention him in every single podcast episode. Almost embarrassing. But if you follow him, he'll tell you, most of his following is young people. So I don't know what God has with us, what he is trying to get us to do here, but for whatever reason, he's snatching up all these young people and getting them to give up their old lives completely. So I started sharing my experience about this, and it's attracted so many people who are going through the exact same thing. And I have had people where my Instagram account is my business page, right? It's my personal brand. It's where I post everything. And I would have people come to me hey, I want to talk to you, or I want to pick your brain, or I want to FaceTime you. And because it's this is just my business operating, I'm oh, for sure, I can help you with whatever you need. We can set up a session, blah, blah, blah. And they're no, I don't want a session. I just need somebody to talk to. And this has happened time and time again to the point where I was I need to just make a community. I asked my business coach what I should do. She told me some things that she does. And eventually it kind of just came together where even the name was instantaneous. I'm okay, I'm going to create this group, this community people can join, but it's got to have a name. And I feel New Age to Christ is just so overused at this point. I'm what do I do? And instantly it was oh, we're baby Christians. Let's call it Baby Steps Fellowship. So that's just literally exactly what I did. I added some baby feet to the logo even. I really just felt into it. But so I opened this brand new community just today, and I'm so excited to have it because now you don't have to call me and ask for a FaceTime. It's we can just go live in this Facebook group together. Oh yeah, it's on Facebook if I forgot to mention that. But I can go live on Facebook. We can host events there, even take things off to Zoom. I've been playing with the idea of doing underground church there. Okay, sorry, there's this fly. Oh, never mind, not a fly. But yeah, so the first thing I want everyone to do once they join this community is to go in there and tell their story. Because all of us are feeling so alone. As many people as there are transitioning to Christ, there's still not that many people around us who are. It's we're all kind of the first one in our circles. And so we're starting to feel so alone and just needing someone to relate to. I thought my personal story was crazy and that probably I was the first one to ever experience this, but there's actually so many people. My specific story is, I have it all posted in the Facebook group already, but just Spark Notes version of my story, you can listen to my podcast and probably hear it a million times. But I grew up Mormon in Utah, and I went to college out of state, kind of just had a faith crisis, stopped believing everything I was believing. At that point, it was mostly because of social influences, things going on in politics. Gay marriage was in the heat of debate, and
I live by BYU. Right now I think they're being investigated for the way that they treat their LGBT students. So there's a lot of that going on, and I kind of just questioned my faith. And then I did some more research, found out it wasn't true. Everything crumbled below me, and so I started making my own path, because it was like, as much as I didn't believe in the church, I still wanted to believe in a God. And so I had to find out if that was even a logical thing to believe in. So with all my research, I found that yes, clearly there's a God, like there's way too much design to everything. But my beliefs started to take me down this path of like Buddhism, Hinduism, just like alternative spirituality. I got into like crystals, Ouija boards. I was doing astral projection at one point, like actually leaving my body. And I was so excited about all of it. But then 2020 happened, and it was just like a crisis for everybody. But I started questioning absolutely everything I believed in, because at this point I was very liberal. I think I wanted Beto O'Rourke to win for like the presidential candidate, nominee, whatever. And my parents would always tell me like, oh, it's rigged. And I'd be like, okay, you guys are so crazy. And then all of a sudden everyone dropped out of the race and like gave it over to Biden. And it was like, even Obama wasn't endorsing him. And I was like, what is happening? Like, were my parents being for real that whole time? So I started doing all this research, and it just led from one rabbit hole to another, to the point where I was like, oh my gosh, okay, Satan exists. This world is evil. No wonder I've been so obsessed with like bringing heaven to earth and like dispelling the matrix, like teaching people to see this matrix that surrounds us. And I was like, what is the point of this? What the heck is the matrix? Why does it exist? Anyway, long story short, found the Bible, kind of everything made sense. It gave me like the box top picture to the puzzle of life. Like I started to finally understand things, got my belief in God, started following Christ, and now here I am. And even 2 years later, it's still so confusing, especially trying to, what's the word? It starts with a C. Reconcile. Doesn't start with a C. Has a C in it. Trying to reconcile my Mormon old beliefs that kind of still lingered or like had an impression on me, and then these new Christian beliefs. Like I'm having to relearn who Jesus is, relearn everything about the cross. I don't know. It's just so confusing. But all this to say that I created this community for other people like you who are also moving out of the New Age. So just to like summarize, the community is called Baby Steps Fellowship. It's an online Facebook group that you have to go through me to get access to. You won't be able to just find it by searching for it. You can sign up on my Instagram. I have my link there, and it's actually going to be open all the time. So I know that with some of my courses, or with all of my courses actually, I will set a specific time and date that I open it and set a date that I'm going to close it. So it's like I'm only taking enrollments every now and then. But with this, I just want it to be available all the time. So it's going to always be in my bio. If you don't want to join right now, maybe you will tomorrow, or maybe you will in a year. Like literally just fine. Listen to yourself. Listen to what Spirit's telling you. And if you want to join, it'll always be there for you. It's a great place to connect with other people who are going through what you are. And I was thinking about it yesterday. Like not only is this a community for you, but you could meet your future spouse in here. Or like a future business partner. Like seriously, who knows? So yeah, you can join in with a monthly subscription, which is just like a small payment each month for the year, or you can do an annual subscription, so you only pay one time. You actually end up saving money with this one. I don't remember exactly how much, but it's cheaper than the monthly payments, so you can kind of just trust fall into that if you're totally ready. And then if you don't want to be in it anymore, you can literally cancel it at any time. So it's open today. Go to the link in my bio. I'm so excited to have you guys in here, and just excited to grow together. So I'll see you in the next episode. See ya.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Final Wake Up. I hope this episode sparked a flame in you to march forward in your journey for truth, health, happiness, and meaning. If you want to dive even deeper down the rabbit hole, go to my Instagram at madison.palika. There I have so many highlights dedicated to spreading even more information and value. You can also join the club with my email list, linked in my bio, to stay up to date on all the latest news, sales, and new offerings. Or if you want to talk to me personally, please send me a DM. I would love to hear from you. If you love this episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave an amazing review. Bonus points if you share this to your story and write what you learned. Tag me in it so that I can connect and see how this has actually helped you. If you know somebody who would really appreciate this, or somebody who desperately needs to hear what I talked about in this episode, please send this to them. Together, we can bring light to this world full of confusion and help people thrive. Thank you, and see you next time.